Hey guys, and welcome to our review for Stronger, directed by David Gordon Green, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Tatiana Maslany.
TTML.
And my name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick,
You are joined by Tim McGavick.
as always, and Tyler Switowski,
I am also here.
Sometimes.
As always.
Somber.
Sometimes.
Somber reaction.
and Adam Franey,
I'm here as well.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like you're the only one that's always been here, Scott.
He's always been here.
Well, it's because it's your house.
I've missed twice.
So,
Yeah,
I've missed a big
I kind of have to be
God
here.
owns our studio, so.
Yeah. Tim, can you give us a little synopsis of Stronger
Yes.
for the viewers?
The true life story of Jeff Bowman,
Not Richard?
a survivor of the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing, whose legs were amputated from his injuries in his recovery of said amputation.
Boston Strong.
Boston Strong. Boston.
Hashtag.
Who wants to start off?
I'll start, sure. Yeah.
Let's start with you.
Why not?
Stronger.
Yep. I saw this one.
Good.
It's a good step forward.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
Good.
Um,
Step
Start.
complete.
I like Stronger.
You like Strong?
Yes, I think it's a good movie.
Really?
I think it's a little flawed,
Oh, a little flaws.
just a little bit.
Too tough.
But I will say that Jake Gyllenhaal is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how they shot some scenes. This will probably be up for best visual effects, purely for like. It
Ballsy.
looks like he has no legs. It's insane.
Oh, they actually moved his legs.
It's fucking insane.
It's insane.
He's a double amputee now.
Wow.
He was
must
that.
be.
If he
committed
does
to
not
the
get an
role.
Oscar for that, that's brutal. And I think Tatiana Maslany is excellent. She should be up for probably best lead actress. I thought she was fantastic in this movie. Same with Miranda Richardson. She plays the mom.
Right.
Addie.
She plays like a really stern, like kind of typical. You see her character a lot in Boston movies. Very similar to the mother in The Fighter. Like very against the girlfriend. Loves her kids a lot.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A
little bit of a fuck up herself.
little bit about herself. I thought she was great as well. Tyler, you know her from Sleepy Hollow. She plays the wife.
That's right.
Like 20 years ago.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I love
This
it.
changes things.
Yeah, I don't know what particularly I didn't like about the movie. I just thought it was
Please.
very solid. But I didn't love it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know
You
what
did
it
love
is.
it?
Like
I
I thought
can't put a finger on it myself either.
yeah, like it's solid. It's nothing
Yeah.
like fantastic. Maybe it's the flair of the filming. It's not a whole lot going on. There are a couple quick shots to the bombing that I did enjoy.
Oof.
I thought that was really, really.
PTSD flash.
Enjoy sounds weird to say that,
I was
but
going to say enjoy.
it's really well done.
Sick.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like David Gordon Green's direction. Maybe I don't know if he maybe was maybe the strongest director for it because he's done Pineapple Express and some other stuff.
Your Highness.
Your Highness.
Right. Your Highness.
Yeah,
Joe.
I think.
Nick Cage.
But even then, the direction's not bad. It's just, I don't know, there's something off about it that makes me not love the movie. But I do think performances are really, really good. Like, it's paced fine as well. Like, I don't think it dragged.
I think you liked it.
For me,
I think I liked
a
it.
lot.
I just
Like-
know there's something about it that's not quite, like, it's not quite a 4. I'm teetering on my score, and it's teetering between, like, a heavy 3 and a light 4.
Tim, make up your mind.
But I don't know what's dragging it down.
Mm.
I can't
Yeah.
quite tell.
for me, I feel like
Something.
I have a similar feeling about it. I mean, we literally just saw it, so I'm still kind of processing it a bit. But performances were fantastic. I thought Tatiana Maslany was like really great, and I
Yeah.
haven't seen Orphan Black or seen her in anything really. I just know she's like was up for awards for that and was great in that. But I just really want to see her in more.
Yeah.
You know, I think she
She's
did
a star.
really
She's
good.
Awesome.
And Jake Gyllenhaal just crushed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it is about the movie. Like, it was good. But I don't know. Maybe I don't want to say it's because he wasn't necessarily likable, but maybe just because it's sort of tied to a true to life story that it's a little bit handcuffed by that story. Maybe they're kind of reaching for drama a little bit.
Maybe that's what it is. There's no real like big moments, really. There's a couple like
It's a couple.
oh shit moments.
There's
I
a couple
guess,
like defining moments of the movie, like,
yeah.
where it's like, oh, okay, that's All right, that's a key point in the movie, but
Yeah.
there's no like huge turning point.
I'm
I
not
would
sure
say.
it's like necessarily worth like a biopic-y movie. I don't know. Is that too
You
harsh?
can't say that.
PC.
Scott, he lost his legs.
Get him.
No, I think it is a really good
did.
story.
Yeah, I know. You're
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just maybe the arc because it's what happened. I don't know. It's
Maybe
not.
I think it might be because
Oh.
we don't see a lot of him. I guess spoilers. We don't see a lot of him post recovery. Maybe
Right.
that
Yeah.
we're not really seeing an arc. Like I teared up a little bit towards the end. There's a montage of like him on the phone and him like at his rehab.
Right.
That I think is really well done. And I think that if you put that further earlier in the movie a little bit and had some little bit more of like what happens after he like recovers and
Yeah.
some more family stuff going on, then
I think the reason why
we
it might
get
be,
more of an arc. Because right now his arc is kind of like this, and then the movie ends, and
Yeah.
you don't see any like payoff
Yeah.
with it. Maybe
Right,
I don't know
right,
what
right.
it is.
You see like the majority of his character as like an unlikable character.
He's not even that unlikable to me. He looked very unlikable in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, to me, I don't know. Like, we'll have to kind of get into spoilers here,
Yeah.
but like most of the movie for me, he's an unlikable character. He's just continuously not doing what he should do, the right thing.
Yeah, but then I also feel like I understand why he is
Yeah.
down.
Yes,
It's,
yes, and no.
It's
but
weird,
Like,
it's
that's,
weird.
that's kind of the reason why. But I think that's kind of the reason why. Oh, well, I may as well.
Go ahead.
This was a good movie. Did not love it. Honestly, I'm kind of bored of the whole biopic thing. Like, I feel like we've been kind of beaten over the head by it a little bit.
We did have two of the same event in 1 year.
Yeah, like
We'll say that.
I don't want to like compare the two, most because I didn't see the other one, so I can't really do that. But was this not like I feel like this story was definitely a traumatic story, but like there were a lot of people that got injured that day. Did we need to see this story kind of thing? Like is like not to say we didn't go through wasn't traumatic and whatnot, but like is it like
He was sort of the poster child, I guess.
Yeah.
of that.
yeah?
But that
so-
photograph was like on like every newspaper.
Yeah, so like I feel if this was such a big part of like this event, this movie just seemed kind of like flatlined to me. Like it was just kind of like we're just watching this happen. It's like they didn't really amp up the story then if it was so important. You know, if this was such a big moment, why did it seem so? I don't want to use the word dull, but like it seemed like it was just. That's why I'm not saying the word dull.
Social justice warriors come for Ty's.
Let 'em.
At Twitter,
Come find me.
at Mogi6.
I just
Totally amputee, just dull.
the story like
Not enough
I found
legs
like if they're gonna
for the
make this
story.
like the huge event like that it was, you know, amp up his story a little bit. We just kind of see him meander through what happened, you know, like I don't know. I was expecting something
It was
more.
based on the book he wrote about his experience in his life.
Okay.
So I mean, I imagine it's pretty close to the true events.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's hard to really put a finger on
Yeah.
why it didn't really quite reach the heights of. I'm blanking on the name of the other movie that was about to Boston.
Patriots Day.
Patriots Day. Personally, I like Patriots Day better. Maybe it's just the different angle it was on sort of the response
Yeah.
and the sort of manhunt aspect of it. But I also thought that movie did the actual bombing scenes like better. Like
This was very
depicting
quick.
it.
True.
This
Yeah,
wasn't
this
a
one
very
had no
big part of
impact
it.
on it.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, that was bombing. But moving
Very
on.
quick.
I don't know. It didn't have that like impact that Patriots Day did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, I don't. Any other thoughts? I don't know. You guys want to get into?
mine.
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
Oh yeah, right.
If you don't mind.
Yeah. Sure,
I
yeah.
liked it a lot. I thought it was very good. Thought Jake Gyllenhaal was incredible, as always. Oscar nomination, I pray, is coming, but I don't know. Might
It's always a
be right.
packed year.
You never know. Thought Tatiana Maslany, first time I've ever seen her,
Yeah, I haven't seen her.
blew me away.
Never seen
She
it
was-
before.
Yeah, I think she's got to be nominated. Like,
She's got to be.
there's no way. Patty, I thought was incredible. I think she'll
Miranda
be
Richardson?
nominated. Yeah, Miranda Richardson.
Yes.
Would I know her from anything?
Sleepy Hollow.
That's it.
All I know her from.
Yikes.
Wow.
But she has a name
which
that
is
sounds really
amazing.
familiar, but
Yeah.
everyone needs seen her in
Yeah.
all, I'm pretty sure.
I just thought all around the performances were what carried it for
Yeah.
me. I just thought, yeah, it was like a incredible, piece of performance vehicle. And I don't know. It's hard with the I find these, like you're saying, the biopic thing is kind of, it's always going to be generic, right? It's always kind of like a Hallmark card, like very like whimsical almost, like a whole inspirational like thing. It's very like generic. I feel I feel like I could never give that like a full 5.
But some movies crush it. I don't know. Some movies do it really well.
Yeah, I think movies that
Like
take
how,
like a
like,
unique spin on it,
Horizon.
like Deepwater Horizon's good because it's like an ensemble as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that you
Really
love
hit me.
Jackie, and Jackie's like a very non-typical biopic because it's
Right.
like a
Yeah.
week of like this person's life. This
Yeah,
is
it's
like
very-
months.
Yeah.
Like I think it was almost like a year, right? Of like his life, what he went through.
I think it's like you're saying, like when you're handcuffed to the real true story
Yeah.
for me. Because like I think of like a Whiplash or like the original Rocky or something for like inspirational movies, and those obviously aren't true stories, and those to me are amazing.
Right.
With stuff like this, it's like you can only do what happened.
Right.
You can't.
Especially if you're basing it off a book. Like that's like you're kind of like stuck with the events that you know happened.
Like
the
a memoir
real
of
bad
a
thing.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's based on that.
You pretty much have to stay tied to exactly that.
But I thought it was. I did like it a lot. I thought it was good for what it was, and it crushed me emotionally. Like I was teary-eyed quite a few times.
A few times, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like,
it got emotional done well.
I will say like David Gordon Green communicated the crushing sort of depression and like just emotional side of going through this. I did feel for Jake Gyllenhaal quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I did as well. I feel like his. Maybe it was the character, the way he portrayed the character, kind of disconnected. Like how, like if you're gonna feel bad for this character, some of the decisions that he made in this movie kind of took away from that a little bit.
A little bit.
Like, but to me, Tatiana Maslany was the best part of this. I think.
She's like that anchor.
Yeah,
I wanted more scenes with her.
Yeah.
Like every time she was on the screen,
stole it.
she was just killing it.
Lit
Yeah.
it on fire. It was
Yeah, I
great.
thought she was like actually arguably the best part of this movie. I think for me.
I'd say so, yeah.
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 I think she's been trying to pick a good role to like break out into Hollywood with.
It's a good one to do.
For me, this is it. She's definitely on my radar now.
Was she
Yeah.
up for Rey potentially in Star Wars? Was she one of the people they were looking at?
She was
For the Han Solo, was it Emilia Clarke's role in Han Solo?
maybe.
Anyway,
Yeah.
anyways,
Somewhere in
She's
this-
up-
anyways,
she's
Somewhere
up
in
for
Star Wars.
she
Yeah.
she has
Or episode 8. It might have been episode 8, like the secondary female character or something.
she has a bright future ahead of her. In my
I think so,
opinion.
yeah.
Hope so.
Hope so.
Should we give our ratings then and spoilers maybe?
I'm going to go heavy 3 on this.
Just solid.
Yeah.
Decent. Very decent.
Yeah.
That?
I'm gonna go with a light 3.
Light 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
2.5.
Adam?
4.
Admirable.
The old 4 banger from my boy Jakey G
This is a tough one.
and Tatiana.
I'm
Love
gonna
it.
say heavy 3. Yeah.
A lot of confidence comes
It's
from over
good.
there.
I don't know. It could be a
Heavy
3.
3.
It could be a 3.
So 5.
We'll see. I'll give it a day. I saw it a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
That's fair.
We'll give it a day. But yeah, Stronger. Check it out in theaters.
Fire.
And get back to us. Pause the video if you haven't seen it. So we're gonna talk about spoilers potentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there much to unpack?
Not much to unpack, but I will say, watching Jake Gyllenhaal like drag himself across a parking lot while
Ooh.
screaming at his girlfriend, who's like upstairs packing her bag and
Yeah.
just left him in the car, was like devastating.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck.
Gut wrenching.
And then
Yeah. Sorry.
the other
Matt.
scene that got me,
Kind
I
of that.
mentioned it earlier, was the montage where he's on the phone. He's phoned his girlfriend like months later. There's a montage of him on the phone, and then like you see him in rehab trying really hard, and it's interspliced with something else. That got a little bit teary-eyed as well for me.
Yeah.
For me, the part where he was like she kind of got in the car or got out of the car and like left him.
Yeah.
I feel like that was that wasn't so much that she was like giving up on him, more like she was like trying to teach him a lesson. Like she did say earlier, like your mom like pushes you around like in a stroller. To me, this was like, you have the ability to do this. I'm gonna go upstairs. If you want to come and talk to me, that's where I'm gonna be. And so she kind of like forced him because no one had done that to him yet. Everyone can kind of babying him up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like, if you want to talk, get out of the car and come and get me. I'll be upstairs. Because you see him go up and down the stairs like by himself without the chair. So it's like he can do it. He can do this stuff, but no one's actually forced him to do it yet. So to me, this is what she was kind of forcing him to do what no one else would. Kind of take that step, so to speak.
Taking away his safety net.
Yeah.
Stop
Take that
enabling.
step.
Yeah.
I really like the scene at more closer to the end where he's like trying to walk with his prosthetic legs.
I
And
love that was
he's
realistic. Like they didn't just make him like just walk normally.
No, he's having a hard time with his
Yeah,
soul,
I love
right?
that.
And can we talk about this? Like, how did they do that? I don't understand. Like CG, he just wore green leggings. Like,
Not just for that, I'm assuming.
They
so,
must
yeah.
have. They must have. I don't know how. I don't know how. Like
maybe
he looked like he literally. They're just like, sorry, Jake.
Okay.
For that scene, I understand how they did it. Like green stockings, you CGI in the prosthetic leg.
Sure.
The part where I'm like, where he has sitting on like a wheelchair. I'm just so he's also wearing the green thing, but then they CGI'd in obviously the wheelchair that you can now see because his legs aren't blocking it.
I think he's like kneeling,
and like you can't tell, or he's kneeling in his.
He's kneeling in the wheelchair, and his legs are going through the hole in the seat.
Maybe, yeah.
And there's a platform underneath that you're not really seeing.
Probably.
Like smoke and mirrors.
Or like when he's
and
in
then
the bathtub.
he has a fake little.
Oh, when his bathtub is.
Well, that the bathtub and like the hospital bed to me is like what it kind of reminds me of like a scene with what they did in Iron Man.
Well, those are a bit easier to do.
They built like a process. Like remember they're putting like Iron Man's like the arc reactor into his body. Like that was actually like an entire cast that they did. So that was all practical. So to me, like it's kind of the same kind of thing. They built it all practical, and there was like 2 holes in the bottom of the bed, and there's like put his legs in the hole,
right?
And that was it.
I can see that with all the bed scenes. Like he just got some like
in the
they
tub
made some legs
thing.
out of like cake. They like iced the cake. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they just had some like little like leg cakes sitting there.
Yeah.
Some like fake ones, and same with in the which I really like that shot was actually where he's like literally naked in the tub, and it's just he fits in the tub because his legs.
Good thing he had his third leg. You know
oh.
what I'm saying?
Conveniently, mostly covered by the shower head. I was a little upset by that.
It could have been a little bit more
risque.
Explicit.
Jakey G.
But yeah, I thought the CG was
really good,
and it was done in such a way that it wasn't ever noticeable. Like I was just like shit.
Yeah.
He's
literally. That's why I think it might get up for best CGI, like Ex Machina did, like very subtle CGI.
It's like the best CG is
you
don't notice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the special effects are great because I never was like, "Ooh, that's CG."
Yeah.
I did like the scene where after he threw the first pitch, and he's sort of leaving, and everyone's sort of talking to him afterwards. Like I like that scene with the guy that walks up. And has a conversation.
I like that scene,
Larry,
because it's not like very poetic. Like the guy's like very Boston about it.
Yeah,
he's like, I just want to say fucking thank you, man. I'm like,
yeah.
Like it's not like a clean. It's not like a clean cut like hooray moment. Like this guy's just dropping F like F bombs doing the whole thing. Yeah.
David Gordon Green's from Boston, so he knows
how they talk.
Authentic.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense why he
Bostonian,
made this now.
Fucking thank you, bro.
I was like, fucking thank you, bro.
Was there anything you guys wanted to bring up specifically besides?
Didn't like the mom's character. I did not feel that she loved her son at all. It seemed like all the decisions she was making was very selfish. Like for example,
the Oprah thing,
the whole Oprah thing. Like
Oprah's coming.
She did not, and like she even admits like Oprah was like a huge hero to me.
Yeah,
that's why I want her. Like this is a big moment for me, kind of thing.
Yeah,
they had to make a bit of an antagonist.
In no way did you in no way did you think about your son in this moment. Like this is all about you, and I felt that throughout the entire movie, like not getting him to rehab when he was supposed to be, letting him get drunk and then like make a mess in the tub. Like, I found her to be terrible.
There was some setup to that, which I don't know if Adam fully experienced.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, I missed.
You showed up 5 minutes into the movie, so you missed the first 5 minutes.
What did I miss?
Maybe 5. Was it? Did you miss 10 minutes?
I thought 10.
No, it's closer to maybe between 5. No more than 10 minutes.
It just kind of goes into how he how him and Tatiana Maslany, like how they were like broken up and like not actually together, on and off, and then how the mother just kind of is kind of a little bit of a fuck up. And
it's more like
a bit of a drunk.
He's kind of taking care of her a little bit, but not like some like he's kind of like he's trying to like taming her crazy.
There's one scene where she like asks him to get pills from like the top of the cabinet because she can't reach it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's gonna play in later because she's gonna have to do that stuff for herself now.
Yeah.
One last thing I wanted to mention was Costco manager. Mm-hmm. Quite the manager. Right. I thought it was hilarious when he showed up.
Love that moment.
And then when they realize that he's trying to help, they just do like a quick like 180.
180.
Except for that one guy. He's like, okay, good, thank you. I'm seeing this nice to the Costco. You're stepping up here. Like, you're a prick.
Do we know if he actually worked for Costco, or did Costco have a nice little sponsorship in this movie?
Because I got a little teary-eyed too when the manager's like, "Oh, we can't hire your son back because he's never leaving Costco." I was like,
touching.
But for me, the second I saw that, I was like, Costco brought the big bucks because it looked so good on Costco.
I'm assuming he did. I'm assuming he must have actually worked there.
He did.
Otherwise, that's weird.
It was a little odd for me. I was like, I got it, but then I was also like, is that like product placement?
All I know is I'm going to be like re-upping my Costco movie because of this movie.
Yeah.
Sign up for Costco, guys. He's great.
Yeah. That's great. They've sponsored our show.
Well, I think that'll do it then for our review of Stronger.
That's it.
Okay, where can you find us?
People can find us on Twitter at UpReal8. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at UpRealTim and Instagram at The Craft Pundit.
How's that going, by the way?
It's going fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at UpReal8 Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTie.
You can find me, Adam, on Twitter at Frainie25 and on Instagram, Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
Find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it. We appreciate the support there. Leave a comment below in the comment section if you want to join our discussion. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And as always, keep it real.